Hello, hello. Welcome to Reading Time. My name's Time, and this week we're reading Miss Happiness and Miss Flower by Rumer Godden. Let's get to reading. Miss Happiness and Miss Flower is a children's novel about a girl named Nona who ends up moving in with her aunt's family in England after growing up in India. Feeling homesick, Nona begins to feel better after an aunt ends up sending two Japanese dolls in the mail named Miss Happiness and Miss Flower. Nona ends up deciding to create a Japanese dollhouse for them so that they will feel at home in their new country. And as she does so, she begins to adapt to her new environment and miss her old home less. This book is really cute and includes some fun details about traditional Japanese culture. It even includes notes at the back of the book with further details about some of the things that are introduced, such as haikus. And it even includes details and diagrams at the back of the book so that you could create your own Japanese dollhouse as well. Overall, it's a very wholesome book. It includes some ideas and some characters that I think a lot of children could relate to, especially those who are coming from a different place, who have just moved, or those who are interested in learning about other cultures. Generally, this is not a book that I would probably read on my own, but I still enjoyed it, and as such, I am going to give it 4 stars. As I said, it's a good book, and I think people would enjoy it. It just isn't quite the genre that I generally am interested in. As far as I remember, there's no content to be aware of for this book. It does deal with topics such as homesickness, and so it might be one that would actually be beneficial to children who are feeling homesick. And reading level wise, I would put it at a 2nd to 4th grade reading level. It definitely could be read by those younger independent readers, although some of the pronunciations and some of the vocabulary might be a little bit difficult for those younger readers, so they might need some scaffolding and support. As I mentioned, the dolls in this book, Miss Happiness and Miss Flower, are Japanese. And so the book does cover some basics of some elements of Japanese culture. So I think this book would be a good opportunity to have students maybe do a little bit more research into Japanese culture itself, or even into other cultures as well. It would also be a good opportunity to discuss what it's like to move to a new place or to be in a situation that is new. Even if students haven't moved before, they will probably have been in a situation where things are new, even just the situation of the first day of school. This could be a good opportunity to discuss what it's like to be in a new environment and what we can do to learn and grow and adapt in those situations. I grew up in a family that moved every few years, and so for me, sometimes being in a new situation in a new place could be difficult. Other times it was less difficult. I don't remember having as many struggles with it when I was younger. However, I'm sure I still did, but I know especially when I got into middle school, it was difficult to transition to a new school, especially when all of my classmates already had their friend groups, and what I was learning wasn't necessarily the same as the school I had previously been in. And so I do think books that tell these sorts of stories are important, especially for those who may be immigrating from a different country or even just moving into a new situation. It can be difficult to move at a young age, especially if you're moving a long distance, and to be surrounded by different cultures, different ideas than what you're used to. But it can also be a really good opportunity to learn and grow. And that's something that I really like that is shown in this book. As Nona tries to make the environment for Miss Happiness and Miss Flower better and more comfortable for them, she ends up adapting and becoming more comfortable with the environment that she is in. So, as I said, I think this is a really good book, even though it's not quite the genre that I generally lean toward, and I'm personally not a big fan of dolls myself. I still enjoyed it. Now for the poster for this week, we are down here near the bottom with two little representations of Miss Happiness and Miss Flower. Let me know what you think of Miss Happiness and Miss Flower if you have read the book before. And if you have any book recommendations, feel free to let me know in the comments below. If you are not already, please feel free to subscribe to the channel. I post weekly videos. And follow me on Facebook or Instagram for social media updates about what I'm reading as well. And as always, I hope that you have a marvelous week and a wonderful read.